Fooled you.
Welcome to Vision Forward's Tech Connect Live, connecting you to the world of assistive technology. And now, here are your hosts, Corey and Luke.
Hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Tech Connect Live. My name is Lucas, and I am joined today by my colleague.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to introduce me.
My
I
colleague.
was lulled by your monotone.
This is
It
my,
put me like the Odyssey. I went into sleep mode for a moment.
This is my talking books voice.
I can't tell. Are you muted or no?
No, I do not believe.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I.
Yeah, I can hardly hear you.
I was gonna-
I was
There you
muted
go.
all the
Coming
time.
really out of the mic.
All right. Yes. Luke was
You know,
muted.
Corey had one job, and his job was to, well, he actually had two jobs. One of his jobs was to start the music at the start of the show, which he did, but not until after making a sound effect and,
Fooled you.
and making a little comment. And then all he had to do was unmute the microphones, and he failed. So now I.
No, I unmuted my mic.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure I did
Okay.
my job
Oh,
just
well.
fine.
I guess that's the main thing then.
Good afternoon, everybody. Morning.
Is it? Yeah. Well,
Depending
where you are.
Yeah, depends where you are. It is another Thursday, May the 22nd,
Wow.
2025.
And Monday, of course, is Memorial Day.
Oh, it is.
So
We will not be at work.
We will not be at work. Now, I hope everybody's going to have a lovely Memorial Day and has something very exciting planned. For example, Alicia Green in the chat. Alicia, let us know what you've got going on this Memorial Day.
All right.
It's something fun. Corey, plans?
Yes. I think I'll grill out.
Oh, is it going to be warm enough?
Oh, I'll do it either way. But I don't think I have any big plans.
I hate to
How
bring
about
this up again, Corey, but we have previously proved on the show, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that your grilling skills are less than.
Hey, no. My grilling skills have no problem. My propane management skills are a different. That's a different story.
I feel like
We should do it again this summer, though. It's been a couple of summers now,
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
and we should do it.
Quick story. So for those who don't know, Corey and I and Jonathan went to Corey's house for one of our live shows, and we tried to show some accessible grilling skills. However, what Corey didn't realize is that his propane tank was out of gas. And
Well, it ran out. It was we started cooking.
we started cooking,
But then it
we
ran
did
out
not
of gas.
complete cooking
No, we
because
didn't.
of the propane situation, which is a shame because that was literally our lunch.
We
that
had to
was
stop
cooking
at
up
Jimmy
there.
John's on the way back to the
Jimmy
office.
John's. But anyway, Corey gave me a recipe that he had been making on that episode, which was sliced potatoes inside foil. Well, actually, Corey, you can give us all the details because I forget them all.
It's really not a whole lot. They're just red potatoes. You just thinly slice them with some oil and some seasoning, garlic salt or Lowry salt, whatever you want to put in there. A big chunk of butter, fold it up in the foil and put it on the grill for about 30 minutes. And then I open it when they're done. Then I open them and put cheese in it, and then close it back up for the cheese to melt.
Now this
I just had them not too long ago.
This very simple and tasty recipe of Corey's, I decided to make when my mother-in-law visited. Now Corey has a propane grill. I have a coal grill. Suffice to say, I'm not very good with my grill, and I wasn't able to get the coals hot enough, and so my mother-in-law had to wait for about an hour and a half.
And even then they weren't done, right?
Even then they weren't probably done. So word of warning, if you are a...
It's interesting coming from a man who was just questioning my grilling skills.
Well, I never said anything about my
Oh, that's true. Good call.
If you are a grilling beginner, then this recipe may not be for you. That's my warning to the general public out there. And to tell us all about her best grilling recipes, we are joined once again by Rachel Ramos from HumanWare. Say hello, Rachel.
Hello, everybody. Woo! I have no grilling recipes. I want to get a pellet grill, though. That
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
like
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Okay.
So
I've
what-
heard good
I
things
don't-
about them, and
I don't know
I'm ready.
what that is. I don't know what that is. What is a pellet grill?
A pellet grill is, I don't know much about them either, but you light these little pellets and you put them in the kind of container under the grill,
Yeah.
and they spark up. So I think it keeps it contained, has a
yes.
lot of good flavor, and I'm ready to try one.
That
Yeah,
sounds
I think they
good.
make a bunch of. I think they make smokers too, if I'm not
Yes, I
mistaken.
think they do.
But yeah.
Okay. So no grilling recipes though. So okay, let's ask this instead, Rachel, because the public needs to know. What is your favorite food?
Oh wow.
I have too many favorite foods. I love
Oh.
Italian. I love Mexican. I'll go for Greek. I enjoy Thai. Italian.
everything is
I
your
think
favorite
Italian would probably be my favorite though.
Okay. All right.
Favorite
Yeah.
recipe though. What is your? If you had to eat one meal for
Well,
the
when you
rest of
say
your
recipe,
life,
it almost means like you're cooking it. You're
no,
just
you don't
like
have
make
to cook.
favorite food.
What's your favorite
Okay.
specific dish?
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go with pizza because you said if I had to eat it,
Yeah.
there's so many different varieties. I can
That's
do
good.
veggie,
Nice.
I can do meat, I can do
Ooh, I like
pesto,
it,
I
I
could do,
like it.
margarita. Do so many different varieties. So I'm gonna go with
There's so
pizza.
much choice.
And you
Alright.
can make it from scratch, which I've done, and it's delicious.
You might be able to.
Homemade crust.
I can't make it from scratch, but you might.
Oh,
be
come
able
on, Luke. You can. We believe in you. Well,
Alright,
I
thank
do.
you.
Corey, I don't know.
No,
Corey, do
I
you
think
believe
it's
in
not
Luke's
believing.
ability?
I'm bringing
Make it
a
from
Papa
scratch?
John's in my backpack if he's making
We gotta
pizza.
make Corey a believer.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. He knows me too well. That's a problem. I can make. What can I make? I can make. Oh, I can heat up ravioli.
Oh, very
you
good.
know.
There you
Okay.
go. Had that not long ago.
I
Delicious.
can make a mean baked potato in the air fryer. Let me tell you.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay,
see, we need
alright.
your recipe. I didn't know you could make those in the air fryer.
Oh well, I can. I don't know if anybody else can, but I've got the
Looks
skill.
like
Jonathan
I'm scared.
from the chat. Is this
Yes, we do have several of our more, what would you say, reliable audience members.
Hello,
already
reliable
chipping
audience
in
members.
And making
Hello.
their comments known. We've got Alicia Green in Rockford, Wisconsin.
Hello.
Rockford, Illinois.
Yes.
She doesn't really have anything planned.
Oh wait, Jonathan, I just realised your microphone's muted. We're having a bad problem with microphones today. All right, go for it. We have Alicia Green.
Hello. Yes, from the chat, Alicia Green is thankful that we are live now, and she is from.
I'm also thankful I'm alive, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
To tell you the truth.
Me too.
We also have Shirley asking about chicken wings and potato chips, all good Memorial Day foods.
Oh, good. Okay, I like that. Now, Shirley, would you be purchasing those and inviting people over to enjoy them, or would you be making them? Well, I
Surely.
guess you're not going to make potato chips.
Well, you
are you?
could.
Surely.
Oh.
All right.
No?
This is some airplane level humor,
Yeah.
which is an amazing.
Don't call me Shirley.
Exactly. Okay. Yes. What else do we have, Jonathan?
Viewers as far as San Jose currently.
No. Hello.
What?
Wow.
Hello.
Is sounding off from the
San
West Coast.
Jose.
From
All
the
right.
West Coast. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's like breakfast there.
It is. Are we a good
Saturday off, right?
accompaniment to breakfast?
Yeah, eggs Benedict.
San Jose has
with-
some great breakfast spots.
Oh,
I'm sure. Okay, so if you were watching Tech Connect at breakfast, what would be the best food to go with Tech Connect?
Breakfast burrito.
Okay,
Yes.
I like that.
Hands
I like
down.
I agree.
Breakfast burrito.
Is that
I'm a-
because
I'm a-
like Corey is like the queso inside the burrito and I'm like the sour cream? Is that like?
No, I'm sour cream totally.
No,
Sour
you're
cream,
sour cream,
guacamole, eggs, potatoes,
I
some
want a
type
bit of
of meat.
guacamole. And
the Cali burrito.
oh yeah, so I will be.
Yeah,
the fries.
those you put French fries in if you want to make a California burrito.
So good. Oh, I'm so hungry right now.
So, yeah, I was just going to say, I'm actually kind of hungry. So those that connected for This Week in Food, thanks for joining
yes,
us.
come join us. Give us your recipes.
Everybody in the world eats food. And so it's an important topic. It's the most, it's like food and breathing are like the two most important things you can talk about.
Luke, can you double check your mic? It seems like it's not coming through strong enough.
It's definitely.
Do you want to unplug it, plug it back in?
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah?
Oh, now it's good. Now it's better.
You are.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We're having a lot of problems today. This always happens.
about
You
that
know,
Odyssey?
Corey's whole job
Just so you
is
know,
just to manage the microphone.
my mic has been working quite
It's been working consistently,
I
Corey.
said to
crispy and well.
to
yeah.
manage the microphone.
I don't remember. I sure don't remember this assignment.
This is like
Actually,
literally your
you know
whole
what
job on
happened
this show.
is I hit, instead of unmuting you, I
hit the
accidentally hit the on-air button.
You silly
makes
Billy.
sense.
Yeah.
You silly Billy.
Excuse me for my mistake.
All right, Rachel. Well, we did obviously bring you on to talk about food primarily, but there is
Indeed.
a second
Good.
topic which we might want to mention here, and that is the kind of new,
It's almost
definitely
like
new
a,
to
well,
us.
it's like a coffee can.
It's, yeah, well,
Somewhat
that's a good point. It
food-related.
does look like a coffee can. This is the Odyssey, HumanWare Odyssey. Now, I have a question first of all, Rachel. Is this specifically designed and made, well, not necessarily built, but is it specifically designed by HumanWare, or was this a product which you put a badge on but which existed
A
elsewhere?
partnership product.
This is
Yes.
a partnership.
Got
We
it.
partnership with some NextVPU folks who make Angel Eye, which is the mobile app, so you can use it to connect to Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yes, we've partnered with them to distribute and sell the Odyssey reader.
All right, I
Standalone
like it.
reading machine. It's the best.
Okay, so we have heard it is the best, and now you're going to have to stand by that and prove it
Proof
to us.
is in the pudding.
The proof is in the coffee can.
I
as
enjoy
they say.
pudding. Can we talk about pudding recipes next?
Oh, no, I'm
All
so
right.
hungry. Let's not talk about pudding. You're killing me right now. All right, so what is the Odyssey all about? Well, it is an OCR device. And, you know, OCR devices are a dime a dozen these days. However...
Well, I would beg to differ.
Okay, it's ways to do
sorry, go ahead.
OCR. Ways
Oh, okay, okay.
to do OCR.
I was going to say, because standalone OCR devices
There's not
are
so
not
many
a
of those.
yeah, they're
No, there's only a few of them, so you got to stand out.
Okay, that's fair. But there are many ways to do OCR. So
Sure.
what is special about the Odyssey in 5 words? Go.
AI, translation, easy to use. There's my 5 words.
Well, I would have given you easy to use as a hyphenated one word, but
Sure,
that's okay.
sure.
Well, we can roll with that.
Would you finish it up with volume keys? Would you?
You know, it has a clear voice. It has
yeah.
tactile buttons. There we go. We should say 5 aspects, not 5
Rachel,
words.
can you tell us about the physicality of the
I
the
can.
Odyssey? All right.
I'm wondering if we should turn this camera so people can see it, or do you guys have one there?
Oh, we do actually
do have one here, too, but
I
I
will go ahead and hold this up for the people at home if I can spin this around. All right, so
Yeah.
this is really hard. Okay, there we go. So at the front we have a camera which pops out, as you might expect if you've seen these types of devices before. The shape is very interesting. It's square at the bottom and it tapers toward the top where it is circular. I didn't even know that that was physically possible to do, and yet here with the Odyssey they have achieved it. So square at the bottom, tapering to circular at the top. There is a carry handle which has got a nice rubberized texture where you put your hand, so it's very gentle on the old skin there. And then we do have some buttons on the top surface here. So we have at the top left we have a rewind button. In the center we have a play pause button. At the top right we have a fast forward button. On the bottom left we have a menu button. Bottom center we have an OK button which will take a picture, and then the bottom right is a back button. And then there's a bunch of ports on the side as well. So Rachel, I was wondering, we have like a USB-C, we have like a regular USB, I think, we have a SD card slots. Like, what's going on with all these slots? What's the point of these?
Right. What are those ports? So
Yeah.
Corey mentioned a standalone machine, which this is. You can scan your documents. You can save your documents to the little micro SD card. And then if you want, you can also plug this machine into the computer through the USB-C port. And then you could get those documents off the Odyssey. It'll show up as a drive. And I believe there's HDMI as well, so you could plug in the Odyssey and then you could look at the menus on a monitor. So
Okay, I was
if you
going to
didn't
ask you about that because we have it plugged in right now, and I'm going to switch to the view. And here we are in the menu, just by chance. Amazing. So, yeah, we can navigate these menus. Now, they are all spoken.
Bluetooth settings. which I don't think that's coming over our HDMI, but unfortunately. But they are all spoken, all of these menus. But then if you've got it plugged in and you have the vision to see the menus, then you can navigate them like that as well. Now, what I thought was that you might be able to see as it's reading to you, you might be able to kind of get a high contrast kind of computer font version of the text that it's reading, but it doesn't seem to do that. That doesn't seem to be the point. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, this is just for going through the menus. We don't have kind of visual output.
Okay, that's what I thought. We should actually probably say, okay, basic level, for those who've never heard the words OCR, don't know what an OCR device does, what is this? What's the point? What's it all about?
OCR, optical character recognition. So what this does, you take a picture of text, so printed text, and it converts it into speech. What this does in its most basic form. So couldn't get easier. You press a button, or if you don't even want to press a button, you can set it to auto mode. You just put text under the camera, like Luke was mentioning, there's a camera arm, and it'll take the picture for you. Even better.
Amazing.
And you were mentioning, Luke, that OCR devices are a dime a dozen, and you're right? There's cell phone based or OrCam type stuff or computer based. But I think what the Odyssey, this line of OCR devices, is really geared for. I don't want to say individuals who just want basic reading, because I don't think using the word basic, it makes it sound like, well, they're not technology users. I think it's just somebody who literally just wants a very quick and simple way to read their documents. I could think of, even though I consider myself a tech user and comfortable with tech, if I'm going to read my mail, there is something nice about just sitting down and using this dedicated device to quickly read your mail.
Well, one of the things is a lot of the solutions these days are phone-based, and it can be difficult to use those because, number one, you've got to know how to use your smartphone, and then number two, it can be difficult to align the camera of the smartphone with the document. So with this, we have a tactile device. We can feel when we've got the document lined up properly. We can.
And Luke, how is that done? Because you mentioned that, and I love it. It's kind of an underestimated feature.
How do we feel? Well, we can feel when we push it up against the base, and then there's these 3 dots as well on the base as well.
Yep, exactly.
So we can feel where those 3 dots are, and those are supposed to align with the center of the page is kind of the idea, I believe. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, exactly. You can't get more tactily kind of identifiable and helpful than that, so I love that
Yeah,
feature.
totally.
I think a comparison, you think about when the Victor Reader Stream came out, everyone, well, you can do all this on your iPhone.
Right.
But there is something about the physical buttons and the simplicity that makes the Victor what it is still today.
And Rachel, what is HumanWare's #1 selling product?
Probably the Victor Stream.
Okay, so we have
most popular product, man. Almost 20 years old. It's still going strong.
That is impressive.
That one-touch access to information. You just can't get easier.
Exactly.
It's like people who use their cars, and are they going to look down at a touchscreen, or are they going to press a button to turn on the radio?
Exactly.
So much easier. Press a button.
Yeah, I love that. That's why I like my car, because it just has buttons for everything.
It's so funny you say it. So we just bought a new car on Monday.
Wow, flexing here.
No,
flexing.
Nice.
Holy
no flex, but it's all it's our first car with big 12-inch screen. And one of the things I don't like is they have moved a bunch of stuff to the screen, the radio and stuff.
Is it a screen reader?
No, and that's what's annoying.
There should be. It probably runs Android underneath.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So, anyways, I thought it is. You are absolutely right. There is something about physical buttons that just make it easy.
And we do have some very nice physical buttons on the Odyssey here. So we've got different shapes. We've got embossed, logos on the buttons here, and they're huge as well. Like the button to take a picture is massive. It's just like this huge circular button that's very accessible.
So, Rachel, if I'm not mistaken, your Odyssey there is fed through your mixer, right? So you've got the sound coming through?
Yes, correct.
Would you mind just jump right in, since we've been talking about it? Maybe we could do a quick demo of taking a picture of a document and having it read.
Real quick before you do that, I think we have something in the chat here.
Okay.
Hold on, Jonathan, let me get your mic. Okay.
We do have the project manager for the Odyssey in chat today.
Say what?
Matthew, what's up, my man?
Paquette?
Okay, Matthew.
Matthew is the man. You guys need to have Matthew on.
Matthew's the man. Okay,
yes.
so wait a minute. If he's the man, then what does that make me and Corey? That would be my question.
That makes you guys
For the men.
the men.
So he's the man
Matthew, what
with
is
the
your
man.
favorite recipe since we're talking about food
yeah.
before?
So one of the things that Matthew did want to make note of
Yes.
is that there will be a visual output. that will come in the future.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
that makes
right.
sense.
That's why it pays to have Matthew here.
There you
That
go.
makes sense.
If anybody has hard technical questions, please just ask Matthew directly and don't ask us. Thank you. Okay, so let's give this a go. So we're going to put a document under the Odyssey. We're going to take a picture and see what it sounds like.
We're going to do it. All right. So this is on manual mode right now. I have a document here, and I'm just going to press this nice little button here. I have it clicking, and we can talk about the different recognition noises after.
We have ours set to music, and it's amazing.
Step 1, see diagram 1. A. Make sure there are 2 adults to assemble this item. B. Attach right upright.
Hopefully this
4.
isn't
To
the
right
Odyssey
base
stuff.
frame. 3. Using 2 hex head bolts. 26. F washers. 32. And 2 hex head nuts. 25. C. Attach cross frame. 2. To right upright.
All right, now
4.
try to. Here's the goal. Now you have to guess, Luke. What is she putting together?
Well, I think you're right. I think this was the instructions to assemble the Odyssey. So when you receive it, it comes in 150
There's
different
26 hex bolts
parts. Yep.
and 32 washers,
Now, it doesn't come with tools, so you've got to make sure that you've got your own tools.
and you need 2 adults.
And you need 2 adults, and it'll probably take you, it's estimated 15 to 20 hours assembly. So,
Right.
yeah, I have no idea. What were those the instructions for, Rachel?
This is for a weight bench that we just got installed and delivered yesterday. I was not one of the adults that was assembling it. You can be sure of that. But this is cool. And this kind of leads into, so we have the AI mode, and we could have it summarize the page that it just read. So
I
I'm
would
kind
love
of
to do that.
curious. What is it going to say? What are the key points of what it just told me to do?
Well, let's find out.
So let's do it. So I'm pressing the back button.
Manual mode.
And then I'm pressing the right arrow to go through the different modes.
Finger pointing mode. AI mode.
Yeah, AI mode. So we're going to do that again.
And so we're taking another
Bill
picture.
manager.
Oops, I'm sorry, we don't want to go there.
Manual mode. Auto mode. Manual mode. Finger pointing. AI mode. Translation. Auto mode. Translation mode. AI mode. Bill manager. Main menu 82% power.
Go through that.
FD January 8th, 2024, 4:40 and 20 seconds.
Well, that's exciting. I'm not sure why it wanted to give me the time and the
It
date.
was
and
very
all those
specific
things.
with the time
Right.
there.
File
Sure.
management.
It was. Oh, sorry about that.
Bill manager.
Let's see.
Reading assistant.
There we go. So that's an AI mode.
And now we take another picture and it will summarize the document. Is that the idea?
Correct. Yes. So
All right.
now it's not going to read it. It's going to give me some key points.
All right, let's do it.
The text provides step-by-step instructions for assembling a mainframe, emphasizing the need for 2 adults to
mainframe.
complete the task.
Frame.
It outlines the attachment of various components, including the right upright to the right base frame and the cross frame to both the right upright and right base
Those are the
frame.
important parts.
The same steps are then repeated for the left side of the assembly.
I actually assembled one of those last week, and I
Does it
forgot the
require a
left brace.
detailed description?
I thought you were being
Yes.
serious for a
No, I
second.
didn't.
He said it with very, the aplomb of some very serious. And then
Exactly.
you could see, does it require a detailed description? And this is powered by Chat GPT. So,
Well, hold on. So the standard description is done on board locally on the device. Or
I
is it-
believe, no, this is still
Okay.
powered by Chat GPT. So,
Okay,
one of the
okay.
caveats is you do need to have the Odyssey connected to the internet
Okay, got it.
before you can get the AI
Sure.
service to
But
work.
it will give you
Yeah.
it will give you like a summary, and then if you want a more detailed summary, then it can kind of process it again and then give you a more detailed summary.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have the ability with to kind of ask follow-up questions? I don't know that there's a microphone or anything like that, but I'm just, with AI, that's sort of some people expect the ability to ask
Yeah,
follow-up
sure,
questions.
yeah.
Does it have that capability?
It doesn't now, but that could be something in the future.
Yeah,
And if
sure.
Matthew is still here, he can probably chime in and confirm that. But
Yeah,
that is
gotcha.
my understanding.
And I know the AI feature is rather new, right? I think it was sort of announced and demoed at CSUN in March, so I would expect
Yes, correct.
it.
So
Yeah.
we're only kind of a couple months into this, which means we can always, update in the future. And you have a couple different things. You have AI, you have translation. So if you take a picture of a document in Spanish or French, it will then translate it into English if that's your regional language set. Yes, and then bill manager. So if people print out their bills, they can have the amount read and who it's from, and just kind of those key points rather than having to.
So there's a specific mode for managing bills.
Yeah, indeed.
That's
Corey
a
was
cool
talking about
idea.
reading his mail, so yeah, I'm sure, bills still
that
come
makes
that way.
sense because really at the end of the day when you're going through your bills, you really just sort of care about those main points like you said, and so just to have those summarized to you totally makes sense.
Yeah,
it's quite convenient.
Yeah, so all right, so let's talk about translation a second, because I have a client at the moment, and he needs things to be translated from English into Farsi, okay? Now, I have found a way to do this, but they're not a dedicated device to do it per se. So, Rachel, do you happen to know all of the languages that can be translated into
English, Spanish, and French so
okay,
far?
All right, fair enough.
Sorry. Hey, Matthew's here. You can tell him I would like Farsi to be added.
Matthew, let's get Farsi on the go. I've got a client. We need
do it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. And so you can translate from English into any of those languages, from any of those languages into any of the other languages. Is that kind of how it works?
So it kind of goes, if you take a picture of a French document, it'll recognize it in French, and then if you want, it will translate it into, because I have my system set to English, into English.
Okay. Yeah.
So whatever you have it set to.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, it's more kind of one way. Take a picture of a document and then translate it.
But it will read it just in French as well.
Yes.
Okay. And
if you just take a picture, yes, it'll read it in French.
Okay, and it uses a French TTS voice then to read that to you.
Yeah, I was looking for it. This manual had French earlier, and it was like the French language is recognized, and it was like reading it in French. I'm like, I don't know a word of French, but that sounded pretty good to me.
All right, now can we demonstrate that? Do you still have that manual available? Because I would.
Well, this is it, and I'm trying to find the.
I don't want to put you under pressure here, but the public needs to be able to evaluate the quality of the French text-to-speech voice.
They do. Now, I don't know if this is the right
Okay.
page or not, and if not, I'm going to go and, find a document.
You give it a try, and in the meantime, we have a question, I think, in the chat here. Hold on, Jonathan.
Yes,
All right.
Matthew acknowledges the need for Farsi.
All right, I like it.
Explains that they're only currently translating from those languages into system language.
Sure.
Reading
More
assistant.
future, as well as we will have voice commands in the future.
Sure.
Voice
for a more
command.
conventional experience. So you don't have to hit the buttons every time.
Manual mode.
Do.
So I assume there's already a microphone built in
I
here.
would guess they probably do. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, definitely
Finger
for the
pointing
AI,
mode.
side of
AI
things,
mode.
The
Translation
the
mode.
voice stuff makes it a lot easier to use. But then even apart from that, if you could use a voice command to get it to take a picture, for example, then if you have any kind of physical impairments, then you could still use it using voice commands, which would be cool.
Even better.
How are we looking, Rachel? Do we think we have a French document?
Well, we'll see. We're taking a picture.
All right.
It's clicking away.
Let's
The
find out.
English language is recognized.
No.
Translate into English languages. Step 4. See diagram 4.
Wow.
A. Attach the
able
backrest
to translate
11
English
to the
to
backrest
English.
support frame.
It's able to translate from English to English.
That's
How-
amazing.
I'm sorry, I'm unable to translate this English document to English.
Okay, don't worry about it too much,
no,
Rachel.
we didn't tell you to be prepared with
did
another
not.
language. So
No, so that's okay. And I'm not sure if anybody who is listening to this at the moment would need French in any capacity, then
sure,
let us know.
reach out to us.
Yeah, exactly.
So as you were going through the different modes, we looked at manual mode and we looked at AI. There is that finger pointing mode, and so can you talk a little bit about what's the difference, or what is the finger pointing mode?
Yes. So, to my understanding, finger pointing mode is if someone has a little bit of vision and they can kind of see where maybe some text starts, they can point their finger at it and then take that picture, and the Odyssey will read just kind of that line of text. So it's really for people who just kind of need to spot read. Oh,
Sure.
I can look at what I'm pointing at and then read that.
Right,
Gotcha.
so
what that
for
mode
those
is
who are
for.
familiar with the way that the OrCam works, and this would be kind of a similar kind of idea where you can point to the page, which is actually, if you've got the vision to do it, it's actually a really powerful feature.
Yeah. Do you know, Rachel? And if not, maybe Matthew can chime in too is but by pointing, will your finger, will that also trigger the taking of the picture, or do you need to reach up with your other hand and still hit the OK capture button while pointing?
Hey, you know what? I don't know because I've never used it. But
Yeah.
we could use it right now.
All right.
Unless Matthew
Holy
wants to
cow,
chime in
that's what
and
I like.
tell us.
This is the thing about the live show. You
This
just
is
never know what's going to
awesome.
happen.
We
Translation
all learn
mode,
together,
auto
right?
mode, manual mode, finger pointing mode. Place your finger under the text that needs to be read.
Okay.
Well, look at that helpful hint.
It's almost like it didn't know what we were doing.
It's beeping.
Okay, well,
Maybe
that's
that means
promising.
It's processing.
I would assume
Yeah.
so.
I see a finger.
Yeah, all right, that's all I see. I'm just pointing.
Matthew in chat is able to confirm there is a microphone built in,
Ah, okay.
and the finger pointing mode is designed to be used for newspaper reading.
Sure. Point at a headline and then it probably starts.
Put your
reading
finger
from
on
there.
correct position.
Oh, I guess you have to keep your finger there so it
wow.
knows. Okay, wow. So I didn't press any other buttons. It's just automatically taking
Sure.
a
Put
picture.
your finger on correct position.
Put my finger on
What is correct
Well,
position?
right.
Yeah, I wonder if because it's not a newspaper, or maybe you're pointing kind of, yeah, who knows, I suppose.
Maybe the
Yeah,
finger's
this
not
is
in
just
the
a
frame.
manual, or
Yeah.
kind of instructions on how to assemble a weight bench.
Attach one knob.
Oh, there you go.
9 to the shuttle frame. 18.
Hey,
Do not
I
over
forgot to do
tighten
that stuff.
the shuttle frame. 18
Course, weight
should
benches
move
fall
freely
as well.
during adjustment. Always tighten the knob. 9 after the adjustment.
I love that it has to tell you to tighten
Always
it.
tighten the knob.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
"Aw,
don't just put it in there.
I like
You
to
gotta
just-
tighten it.
You mean I gotta tighten these screws? That just doesn't make any sense.
oh, is this going to support my weight? Yeah.
I don't know how. It seems kind of flimsy. I wish it would tell me
Kinda
to
loose.
tighten it. It's so weird it doesn't.
Honestly,
No
though, you've
finger
always got to
detected.
expect the
I know.
worst, you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying,
know.
when it comes to
I would
these
never want to write these kind of things
I
as a job.
things. Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's a really neat. Now, okay, so I don't think that any other OCR device that's not the OrCam
No finger detected.
has got that feature.
Yeah.
Manual mode.
I don't believe so. And also the AI stuff. Now, I think I saw one other OCR device that's got
A
AI
standalone one?
built in. Yeah. Yes. I won't say the name of it right now, but yeah, there is one other that I saw that has it. But
Well, it's probably not as good
well, I haven't tried it,
unless
so I
we
can't
have
say
them
for
on
sure.
the show next week. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I said this was the best. We stand by
yeah,
it.
there you go.
Quality.
Well, a cage match next time.
I will put
Oh,
it,
let's go.
I will put it like this: that AI in a standalone OCR device is not currently very common, and so, but it makes sense. Though it makes so much sense to have it in there. So
Yeah, I mean, we've said this before about AI, especially around taking pictures of documents and bills and things. I mean, that is the future. That is the way that people who are blind are able to skim material. You know, we can't visually skim. So once it gets the ability to, you know, right now getting the summary is great. And once it adds the ability to ask questions, especially, you know, if you're able to use your voice, which I don't know how else you would do it. There's no keyboard or anything. I mean, it really is going to make it so much, again, the people who are typically coming to this device will appreciate anything that makes life more simple
Exactly.
for them, you know.
yeah, and the thing is with the AI as well, like it's primarily been smartphone or computer based at the
Yeah.
moment if you want to use the AI. So there's a bunch of good apps and stuff that you can get. But there's a lot of people who, you know, don't feel comfortable using their smartphone or their computer, especially when we're talking about people with a visual impairment as well, you know, who and maybe those who have lost their vision later in life too. And so having a dedicated device that's simple to use, that has AI integration, that, you know, can read and answer questions, you know, it just makes a lot of sense, I think.
And if I'm not mistaken, Rachel, I thought I remember Peter, we should give a shout out to Mr. Tusik.
Yep.
I think he mentioned that there was a certain amount of AI pictures you can take a month. Is that true?
I believe, I'm so glad Matthew's here because he can
Yeah.
confirm, but I believe it's 100 requests a month. And
Yeah.
if you need more, then we might implement a subscription at some point.
Okay.
But
100 is a pretty good. I mean,
we don't imagine folks really needing, you know, much more than
Yeah,
that.
I wouldn't think so.
really, after some detailed information.
And I think people forget that, you know, to tap into the APIs of Chat GPT and any large language model or whatever their LLM, like there is a cost to that. So it's not that you're limiting 100 because you want to be stingy, but there is there is a recurring cost for these companies to have these AI features. So I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So we hope to, just include that, with the price of the Odyssey. So you're kind of getting that as you pay for the machine. And if you need more, then come talk to us. We would love it if you need more requests.
Mathieu at HumanWare.com.
There you go.
He will, actually, I don't even think that's his email, but
You could try it though. I'm going to pick this up. We're going to see how easy it is to pick up with one hand while you're seated at a desk.
We're talking about the handle on the back. It's a pretty sweet handle.
We're using the handle. It's a very, I just love the rubberized surface.
this is a new test we should do for every product.
Every
moving
device,
forward.
yeah. It's,
how easy is it to pick up with one hand sitting down?
Sitting down, right.
Specifically while seated at a desk.
Oh yeah, okay,
That's
gotcha.
important. Okay, so here we go. I'm on the handle. I'm gonna lift.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
All right, I'm gonna start counting. How long can you do this for?
Oh, we could be here a while. 'Cause I have very big muscles. I don't know if you can tell, but
I bet you your drumming helps.
that is true. That
You know
is
what I
true.
mean?
Yeah. Although I was arm wrestling with my wife last night, and I wasn't able to beat her. So
What?
Wow.
I will. In my defense, she is a hardcore yoga instructor.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, there you
She
go.
is pretty muscly there. So the point is, anyway, it's lightweight enough to carry around the house, to take with you when you go on vacation, to move around. Does it come with a case or anything? I don't think it does, right? But,
No, it
okay.
just comes in a big kind of white box, and there's some foam to protect it.
Yep.
But no, if you're going to
box within
carry
a
it
box.
around, you may want to,
Yeah, so I mean, you could easily put it in a suitcase and wrap it in some clothes and stuff to keep it safe. Although I'm imagining with the chassis, it's probably pretty secure,
It's
pretty
pretty
safe.
durable,
Anyway.
I would think,
So
yeah.
now we're going to do the next test. This will be the
Okay.
throwing across the room as hard as you can.
Oh,
and
drop
seeing
this.
it-
Wait a minute, we purchased this thing. So let's also make that clear.
Okay, so I'm going to put in a request to HumanWare now. Please, can you send us one that we can use specifically for the throwing across the room?
That is a test that we
Sleep
do.
mode.
We throw all of our technology across the room. We find it to be a very important test that people expect.
Also helps,
Hold up to
therapeutic.
frustration of the user.
Yeah.
All right. So what else do we have to say about this? I mean, there's a headphone port. Obviously you can plug headphones in, and there is one very important feature
Yes.
which we haven't discussed yet. In another video, we found out just how good a feature this is. Corey, would you care to tell people?
Yeah. So
Revolutionary.
is revolutionary. It
Yeah.
is. They've actually incorporated two buttons, which is even more amazing. There's a volume up and a volume down key.
So for a bit of context, we watched another video where somebody was very
Hopefully that
impressed.
person's not watching. this.
Yeah,
We're totally.
they were very impressed
Manual
with the
mode.
volume buttons.
Yeah.
So
I'm
Volume
wondering if they
down.
were more impressed with the tactile.
I was just
nature
thinking that.
of
Yeah,
the
the
buttons.
plus and minus, they're very
Yeah.
easy to
Yeah.
feel. Just
They
like
are.
on
I'm going
all
to guess
Bluetooth
that's what they
speakers
were
now.
saying. Yeah, I don't
Right.
think they were really taken aback by the fact that it has volume. I think they liked the easy to feel button. But one thing we should show before we wrap up.
Yeah.
You were very taken by the music.
Oh, the
So
music
the
is
clicks.
so
Oh,
good.
yes,
Rachel's
you
clicks
should
were
scan
not
a
coming
document
through.
and-
Yeah. But
I'm going
maybe
to do
try,
it. I'm going to do it. Okay, so
get your mic close to
There
it.
are choices when it comes to the audio output of the device, which can be accessed through the settings. And the default choice, as far as I can tell, is music.
I think
and
it's
it
default,
just,
yeah.
it just plays such a banging tune when it's processing the image. So we're going to go ahead and pop the camera open here.
Bluetooth settings.
Maybe you should use those volume keys.
Yeah,
Crank
right,
that
right.
bad boy up.
That's a
It's
great
a
idea.
revolutionary feature after all. Turn
This
that up.
this
There
is
we go.
amazing.
Yeah, you can't talk about it and not show it.
Max volume. Max
Okay,
volume.
we're at max volume. So
All right.
hopefully people can hear this. I'm going to take a picture and we'll hear the processing music.
Searching for Bluetooth devices.
Listen to this.
Please wait.
It actually says it's searching for Bluetooth devices, which is fine. This is the music. Now it sounds suspiciously like
Yeah,
a
what?
song
Bluetooth devices found.
from
Press
a.
the camera button to search again.
Dum,
Or
dum,
press the
dum,
return
dum,
button to
dum,
return to
dum,
the
dum.
main
It actually sounds sort of familiar,
It
but
sounds
not.
like
Yeah.
a song called something and Glad Rags. It was by like the Stereophonics in England. I don't know if that was the original version, but it was used as the theme tune to The Office in England.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds very similar to that.
Oh, it
so-
does kind of have the piano, even for the American office, like
Version of The Office,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can
Okay,
kind of hear
similar
the.
to-
I can kind of hear the piano. Like
Handbags was it handbags in the
Handbags
glad
and
rag?
glad rags?
There you go. So if anybody would like to search out handbags in the glad rags, and listen, I'm going to play this again, and we'll listen to this again. This time it's actually going to take a picture here.
wow.
Here it goes. I swear, it's very, very similar.
Handbags in my glad bag.
Exactly. There you go. There you go.
105
Yeah, I like it.
Association is asthmatic la-
I honestly, though,
Wonderful.
I honestly really like the music. It's so upbeat and
It's
happy.
soothing and upbeat at the same time.
It gets you
It
pumped
is.
for listening to the document that you're about to read.
You almost
Right.
don't want it to start reading.
It's just like I'm
You
jammed to
almost,
this all
you
day.
almost want to just keep playing the music.
We did get
Well, now that we know the
confirmation from
song, I
Matthew
mean,
that
Luke,
it
you
works
get some
with
serious
Bluetooth as
bonus
well.
points for identifying that. You're like
Well,
the
I'm not saying
Odyssey
it. I'm not
Shazam.
saying it is. I'm just saying it's close.
Okay.
So,
well,
yeah. Jonathan, what did Matthew have to say in the chat?
Oh, he was just clarifying that yes, it does work for Bluetooth as well as the headphone port. You could also do Bluetooth.
Okay, so we
Bluetooth
have
audio,
Bluetooth audio options, so we can do Bluetooth headphones or presumably a separate speaker. We have a 3.5mm jack that you can plug regular headphones into, and then you can just crank that volume and get going.
And I would assume, Rachel, that you do have the ability to change the speed, and I'm assuming there's maybe some couple of voice choices that you can go through different.
yes, there's
Yeah.
that's all in the setting. There's reading speed. There's male and female voices, and so you can. And there's different languages as well. So if you want like an English voice
Sure.
versus an American voice, yeah. So you do have all those options right in your settings.
Okay,
Wonderful.
so basically, to sum up here, I'm going to say what I think, and then you can say whatever you want to say, Rachel. So this is
Careful there, careful there.
I'm going to say it first because my opinion matters more.
I am one of the hosts of the show, and I will have my say. Damn it. So this is basically a
Sleep mode.
simple OCR device for the 21st century.
Whoa.
We have got
Simple
all,
OCR device for
For-
the. Oh, it's too
No,
many.
too many words.
Yeah, I
Damn
thought
it.
maybe you hit your 5.
It's got all of those traditional things you would like about a standalone OCR device: simplicity of use, a nice design, volume buttons, very tactile nature. It's got all of those things that you would like about your standalone OCR device, but just with these new additional features: AI. The pointing gesture, live translation into different languages. So it's like the ultimate OCR device.
And you don't have to use them if you don't want to.
No.
They're out of the
Right.
way
Use
if
whatever
you
you
don't want them, right? So like you said, the device can be adapted to your
Needs. Exactly. And Rachel, why is this? You tell us, why is this the best OCR device in 2025 and beyond?
It's durable. It's
Durable.
clear, easy to understand.
Easy to understand.
It has the AI. I really love the AI. I almost prefer
Yeah.
the AI over it taking a picture and just reading what's there. I'm
Oh,
like,
sure.
no, you can summarize it in a beautiful, polished way. And it's very easy to use. Just left and right through your modes. Press the capture button. There's auto.
Sleep mode.
Yeah, there's sleep mode.
That's my favorite mode, actually. But
And you get kind of like we were saying, that one-touch access to information. I want to take a picture, just press a button. I need to go to settings, I press a button. So I really like the kind of the tactile design, and the button feedback is also really good.
Yes.
I know I pressed it.
Yes.
They're not, some products, they may have like buttons that are just,
mushy.
did I press that? Exactly.
Yeah.
Mushy buttons. So I like to know that, okay, I press the button and it's going to do what I asked it to do. So
Okay, well, that's a very
Wonderful.
nice wrap up. I don't like mushy buttons, but I do like mushy peas.
what, really?
Yeah.
I guess.
Dude, you have to be English to really understand mushy peas. You just
Okay.
you'll never.
I'm gonna eat
truly
peas. They need to
understand.
be not mushy.
Yeah,
I guess I
why-
could incorporate them into mashed potatoes, and that's kind of mushy peas.
Oh,
Yeah.
peas
Oh.
in mashed potato. Mushy
My-
peas in mashed potato. I like
Yeah,
that.
you mix them. Yeah.
Towards shepherd pie. I think.
That's true.
Shepherd's
Oh,
pie,
do you
yeah.
love some shepherd's
Classic.
pie?
My
It's
son
delicious.
hates vegetables more than anything in the world. And whenever I put vegetables on his plate, he sits there and he puts just enough on his fork, puts them in his mouth, and then takes a big glass of chocolate milk
Oh
and
my
just swallows them down whole. He won't chew them. And the kid's 14. He just will.
I will say I disliked mushrooms until I was about 18 or 19, so there is still hope.
No, I think sometimes.
There is.
One time when he was really young, we were cleaning and we were staying in a place that had long drapes all the way to the floor. And I moved the drape to clean behind it, and there was a bunch of carrots back there. he was hiding them back behind the curtains.
Well,
Smart kid.
we started the show with food talk and we ended the show with food
Actually,
talk.
I think our Jimmy Johns might be waiting for us, which is good
Yeah,
because
we
I'm
have food
starving.
waiting for us. So
There
we
you
have-
go.
We have gone full circle, and in the middle, we have learned all about the Odyssey from HumanWare. So if people want to learn more about the Odyssey, Rachel, where should they turn to?
They should go to www.humanware.com.
All right.
And Vision Forward does work with HumanWare. We are a dealer, so if anyone is interested in coming and seeing it in the Wisconsin area, come to Vision Forward. If you're interested in purchasing it, give us a ring and we can assist.
Yes, please do. And Rachel, what is the current retail price on the Odyssey?
It is $19.95.
Okay, very
Boom.
reasonable.
Go.
That's a very reasonable price. All right,
Yep,
so
$19.95. There you go, everybody.
Don't listen to him. Talk to us if you want to purchase.
Suddenly Vision Forward's going to be out of business.
Yeah,
I'm selling them for
seriously.
$20.
Yeah, right. But for this type of device, that's a very reasonable price. Jonathan, from the chat, I think we have something.
Yeah, a few last thoughts there. We had Shirley and Matthew discussing how ready it is for handwriting.
Oh, very
stuff.
interesting.
Doesn't
Okay.
seem like Matthew's. It sounds like that's coming.
Okay.
And it's one of the things that they're working on.
Sure. I would think with AI that will be easier to do,
Would be
or
feasible.
feasible. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with these modern devices, the fact that they can be updated over your Wi-Fi, means that there are a plethora of possibilities, depending on the development, how the development goes. So that's always nice to know that your device can get even better over time.
Just like us.
Well, I was about to say not like us.
Join in 2 weeks and we'll do an even better job.
Okay, well,
At least
you heard
that's
it
the
here.
goal.
You heard it here
Although we have
first.
no idea what we're doing in 2 weeks, but that's okay.
No,
That's
just-
okay. In 2 weeks' time, you'll know.
We will know. Well, I
That
hope
is
we do.
true. Somebody
Yeah.
will know.
Somebody will know.
If you have a suggestion for a Tech Connect Live, throw it down in the comments of this video. We'd appreciate it. Obviously, we come up with ideas, but we don't always know what everybody wants to see. And to be honest, we'd love for you to do our job. So put it down in the comments what you'd like us to purchase and do a demo of.
Please do. And yes, join us again in 2 weeks, 11 a.m. Central, same time, same place. We are still discussing moving to Zoom instead of going directly
Yes.
to YouTube, but there will be more news on that in the future as we get things sorted out on that end. There are some other things going on around here at the moment, so it's there. But for the moment, just keep on joining us on the tubes at 11 a.m. Central.
We have a produced video coming out next Thursday, and that will be a smart thermostat. How can a smart thermostat make your life easier, both by controlling it with an app, or if you don't want to use a smartphone and an app, how you can use an Amazon Echo to control your thermostat. So check that out. That'll release next Thursday in the afternoon.
About 3 o'clock.
Maybe 3 o'clock or
And
so.
also check out the produced video we just released. That was on the HumanWare Explore 12. Rachel, I hope that you've seen that video.
You know what? I'm going to go watch it right now because
Please
I
do.
haven't.
Please
but
do. It's
the
a
Explorer
classic.
12 is awesome.
know
It's one of our
who-
most popular Levision products. I
Yes,
would say.
that is.
Do
a
you know who
fantastic
has
device.
seen it?
I do.
Roger Stinnermeyer. No, what's his last name?
Roger Steinberg has seen it.
Steinberg,
Yes.
Yes, he
That
emailed,
is our
emailed
Levision
Luke.
product manager.
Yeah, he
He's
asked
also
for
the man.
an autograph from Luke, which was
He asked for an
Wow,
autograph.
he did.
Celebs.
Yeah, he asked me
Celebs.
to. He asked me to take a picture with him, and so on and so forth. So yeah, he was very happy with that video. So yeah, everybody go check that out. It covers the Explore 12 electronic magnifier, which is really cool, and it's got a lot of nice features. So check that video out.
that should be the title of the video. Check out the HumanWare 12. It's really cool.
That's all you need. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us again. You are the greatest, and we hope to have you on again very soon. But in the meantime, we will bid you goodbye and bid everybody else goodbye, and have a great rest of your week. Bye. for
Thanks,
now.
guys.
Bye.
See you soon.
all.
Thanks for joining us for another Tech Connect Live. If you enjoyed Corey and Luke's antics, be sure to join us next time. For all things Tech Connect, go to vision-forward.org/techconnect.